Hey, what up, fuckers? It's your boy Abow from Abow Plays, and today I'm coming at you guys with another Project Rogue tutorial. Today's tutorial is going to be all about the cops, so welcome police if you guys are a cadet or maybe even a seasoned veteran of Project Rogue Police Department. This is going to be kind of a beginner's guide and kind of a recap video of everything that you can do as a police officer. This video should break down every single function of your job, how to do it, and how to mastermind it. So, without further ado, let's hop right into the video. So, right when we get first hired on, we are going to get a message. So if I go ahead and I set my job to police, as you see up here in the top right, it's going to say job added. If I go ahead and I hit my tilde, which is the button right to the left of the 1, you guys should be able to hold this down. You guys are going to have a ton of options that you guys didn't have before. So when you guys do that, you guys can open up general, go to job, and now you guys see that I am a police officer. I can go off duty, I can go on duty and off duty whenever you guys want. So when you guys are done with the shift, please make sure you guys are going on and off duty. So if I'm going to stay on duty, we're going to go ahead and get into some major functions of our job. So let's hop right into it. Starting off with, all of the doors in PD have locks on them, at least a lot of the important doors. All of them are unlockable, and a lot of them have auto locks on them. So as we see right here, if I don't lock the door, it's all auto lock behind me. Right over here is going to be your locker room. If you hop on in here, you guys will see right over here to our right, I have an E to change clothing. I'm going to go ahead and turn around here, and I can go ahead and hit my E, get new clothes, and boom, I can now start changing my clothes. So it's a super easy way. You don't have to go off campus. You can sit around on the campus of the headquarters, change your clothes right here. Right on over here is going to be your break room. Right in here, if you guys come on in and you guys go on up to the snack machine, you guys will be able to open up a shop where you guys will see all of your goodies. All you guys have to do is just type in how many you guys want, click, click, and we're good to go. Alright, welcome to the forensic lab. This is going to be where you guys go ahead and you guys analyze any type of evidence that you guys collect out in field. A field training officer will tell you guys about this, how to collect evidence, all that good stuff. This is not a training video, but more or less a recap video to show you what we have to offer. I will note that right on over here, before I do leave this area, you guys can go ahead and you guys can view the archive. If we do go ahead and we pull up archive 10, we can go ahead and view it. And as you see, we have an archive of all of our evidence. This not only lets you know who was the registered owner of the firearm and the fingerprint holder of the fingerprint, but also will let you know some other information. If you guys want to go ahead and get out of that, all you guys have to hit is backspace. Right in here is going to be your guys' police armory. It's very simple. You guys come on up here and you guys have a complete arsenal at your guys' disposal. You guys can purchase any one of these. A lot of it is $0. If not, it's about $10, anything like that. If you guys come on over here, you guys will see that these are going to be your items tables. You guys can pick up armor, you guys can pick up med kits, phones, all that good stuff. Just some of your daily necessities. Now, if someone comes down to MRPD and asks you about some stuff that they got confiscated off of them and they want it back, you guys can send them on up here to the front desk, where they will meet a lovely gentleman. A message will appear when they come up to the desk, let them know that they can hit E to recover items, and a list of items will appear there if they have any items to pick up. Alright, welcome to the bottom floor of Mission Row Police Department. This is where you guys are going to be normally housing and intaking your guys' suspects. So without further ado, let's just give you a little tour. Right in here, if you guys come up to this gentleman, they will actually be able to intake their items. So as you guys see right here, I have these items right here. If I go ahead and I hit H, it's going to intake my items, and now all I have is these items. So it will intake all those items, and we will be able to get them from upstairs, which I can show you guys here in just a moment. Right behind is going to be where you guys take your guys' mugshots for the suspects. Do make sure to always take a updated mugshot of the suspect. You never know, someone could change their appearance at any moment in time. We do want to keep up to date on those things. Now, this is going to be a version of one of those doors that does not auto lock. As you see, we are going to have to walk through this. A suspect or another officer, or maybe multiple suspects and officers, are walking in and out. We don't want to have this continuously auto locking in their face. So these doors, mainly if they are going to be metal bar doors, you guys are going to want to make sure to auto lock them yourself. So make sure to lock them yourself, and you should be good to go there. You guys do have access to a couple of interrogation rooms. These are also doors that do not auto lock. So this is going to be the door that you guys would take a suspect into. And then of course this is the side where you guys will watch and enjoy seeing someone get grilled. Last but certainly not least, inside of MRPD, you do have your evidence locker. If you come on over here to the left hand side, this is going to be your main evidence locker. This is going to have a this basically is just for illegal substance that you don't really need to keep track of. If you guys do need to keep track of stuff, feel free to come on over here and go ahead and think to yourself evidence, and you guys can do, like, let's say 3, and it'll open up a evidence 3 bag where then you can go ahead and keep track of evidence. Alright, you guys are now caught up entirely over here at MRPD. However, there is a lot of stuff that is involved at MRPD. It is always progressing. Always feel free to reach out to your guys' FTOs or anything like that to ask any other questions. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to buy a vehicle. If you guys need to, you guys can head on up to the roof to buy a helicopter. It's the same process, but without further ado, let's hop into here. We're going to go ahead and buy our first patrol vehicle. Right here, if you hit E, you guys are going to be able to either open a garage, store your vehicle in the garage, or vehicle shop. Of course, if this is your first time, head on over to vehicle shop. You guys can see, you guys can get a couple of vehicles, a CVPI, a prison bus, a Maverick, which is the helicopter. Make sure that you guys have authorization to buy any of these. Typically though, a CVPI, you guys are going to be completely fine with. There are the sheriff versions, there's going to be your LSPD versions, and then you have your marshal versions. If you guys need to swap between those versions, all you guys have to do is just go up and down, and as you guys see, it'll swap those liveries. I'm going to go ahead and purchase me one of these ones. If I go ahead and purchase that, boom, it'll take a little bit of money out of your account, and we're ready to rock and roll. On a little bit of a side note, you will need to go ahead and purchase your guys' own keys. I know it's silly, but you guys do need to do it. So head on down to the key store, which can be found right over here, right by Grove Street. All right. Well, we went over the facility. We showed you around MRPD. Now we're going to show you a couple core functionalities of your job. They're going to be key for you guys to know what you guys are doing and when to do it. Obviously, one of the biggest portions of your guys' job is going to be having a radio, so always make sure to have a radio on your person. Mine's always in my key slot 1. So as you see, if I hit 1 right here, a radio will pop up. I'm going to go ahead and hit 1, hit enter, and now I'm on 1 hertz. If I go ahead and I hit my caps, as you can see, I can talk now. If you guys ever do need to turn down your guys' volume, go ahead and hit your tilde, go to radio, and you guys can turn down your volume to whatever you guys want. So I can either mute it, or simply I can just turn it up to 75%. That easy. All right, one of the bigger things that we're obviously going to go over is probably the biggest piece of technology that you guys use, and that's your guys' MDW. It can be simply pulled up by hitting your tilde and going over to your MDW. This right here is going to be your dashboard. So your dashboard's right here, your incidents, profiles, reports, evidence, staff, all that good stuff. So if I come on over here to staff, I'm a staff member, so I'm just going to look up myself. So if I look up Wade as a staff member, I can go ahead and I can give myself permissions. So you as a staff member, if you are a administrator, you can go ahead and you can give people accessibility to be able to utilize some of the things or not utilize some of the things. You guys can also go on to anyone there, and this will let you know what department they're with, what rank they are. You can also assign aliases. So like for me, I would just put like Wade, but you could put like Mad Dog or whatever you guys want to. But yeah, I'll just put Mad Dog for you guys. If you guys are an administrator, you guys can also hand out badges. This is the honor badge. So if someone does like something above and beyond honorable, you guys can give them those, and there's just going to be more badges coming. So that's just something cool that you guys can do like internally, which is pretty neat. All right, so I do have this image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this image and I'm just going to just place it into here. If I go ahead and I hit save, as you see, now my picture will show up everywhere in my staff room. So, which is pretty cool. Just lets people know who I am and lets people know kind of a picture of what I look like. So that's pretty neat. All right, so now that we're back at our dashboard, we're just going to go on over to incidents, and I'm going to show you guys how to fill out an incident report. It's actually super easy, super user friendly. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. I'm just going to make this the first test report. So as you guys see, a random number will generate. You guys do not have to generate this number; it'll automatically generate for you. Your location, so you guys can type in Mirror Park. If you guys simply just hit this clock sign, you guys can hit this blue box right here, and it'll automatically put the time that you are in. Your description can obviously be whatever you guys want to do. Of course, your FTOs should have told you guys how to fill out a report. For me, I'm just going to put, this is a test report. Can you see me? All right, now that we have a description, now we can hop on over to our criminal section. So we just hit this plus sign. Go ahead and find the profile of your suspect. So let's go ahead and look up Ditto. We're going to find Ditto. We're also going to put the officers who were involved. So let's say it was for me. And let's also say Sundeep was there. So we're just going to go ahead and look up Sundeep. Perfect. Okay. So now we have our officers. Let's say that there was also a spectator. Let's say Ditto did a hit and run on Jules Mark. Perfect. So now that we have that, now we know who our criminal was. We know the officers that were involved, and we know the spectators that were involved. Now what we can do is we can hop on over here and we can hit Ditto Giggles. If we hit that, this is going to allow us to be able to place the actual physical charges on him and to get him processed. So let's say that he was wanted for armed robbery and harassment. So from there, what you guys can do is you guys can hit either save, but let's say that you guys need to issue a warrant as well. You guys can go ahead and hit issue a warrant. You guys do need to pick a day that it's going to issue and expire. So let's say it's going to expire on there, Thursday. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and hit save there. We'll just hit save right there, and we're done. We're done. So if we come back here to dashboard, and we come on over here to incidents, and I say, can you see me? We'll put, can you see this ×2. If I go ahead and I hit save, and I come back to this report, and I come back to it, as you see, it has saved, and you guys can edit your reports on the fly again. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's say that you do have a trash report. So let's say report 2, it needs to be trash. We can just go on over here, trash report, and we're good to go. I see this report, but you have no idea who this person is. You guys can go on over to profiles. You guys can look up the suspect. So let's look up Ditto Giggles. And as you see, we can see where he works at. We can see what vehicles he owns. If he owned any housing, we can see where he lives. We can see all the type of licenses that he has. And we can also see incident reports, where if we do hit this, let me open this up, we're going to be taken on over to the incident, where we can see what had happened during that incident. I do want to note a couple things that you guys can see, that you guys can see their phone numbers, their height. You guys can place pictures of them. You guys can also put notes. So this is a notes section. And for instance, let's just put that same image that I put on my profile picture. If we save it right there, we can see that it saves right there. So now if we look him up, and we were to get rid of this, and we look up Ditto now, we can see that that image stays there. Also, you guys can take pictures of their cars, upload them here. I'm not going to go too far in depth into this, but there's a lot of things, guys. You guys can open up employment. You guys can see who the employees are, who the boss is, their funds that they have, all that stuff. You guys can revoke these licenses. So let's say I need to revoke his driving permit. Boom, I just revoked it. All that stuff, guys. It's very simple. Hit save, and you guys are good to go. All right, so going back to this incident report, it's 12613, 12613. We do want to remember that number. If we come on over here to reports and we do the 12613, 12613 right here. The title, we want to just say, we're going to do a BOLO, white sedan Sultan in robbery. Suspects fled in the vehicle. They are armed. Okay, cool. So we wrote something very simple, right? So now what we can do is we can put ongoing, never expires. Let's just put to police officers. Then if we hit save, we can see that a thing has popped up to us. Now this will happen to every police officer, saying that report broadcast suspects fled in the vehicle. They are armed. If we go ahead and we open back up that MDW and we come back to reports, we can actually check out what's going on here. Now your title, you don't really need to worry about that. We can always just put that our title, we can rename it to 12613 I don't know, incident, right? And then we can hit save right there, and it'd be the same thing. So you can also trash these and all that good stuff, guys. You guys can also push these messages out to everyone, emergency personnel like LSPD, BCSO, the ambulance systems, all that good stuff, all that type of stuff. You guys can also let these expire. So when they do expire on whatever day, so let's say I hit 31st, it'll expire tomorrow and it'll just fall off and automatically drop off the report page. So that'll be pretty cool. Now what we need to do is we're going to go ahead and meet up with another one of our colleagues, and we're going to show you guys a couple things about arresting people, finding people, and all that good stuff. Alright guys, so of course we have our lovely crackhead Dan here. Crackhead Dan is going to be our test dummy for a couple of things. So what we want to do is I'm going to show you guys how to cuff someone. So if you guys hit your tilde, you guys can come on over here to arrest, and you guys can go to soft cuff. You guys are going to mainly want to use soft cuffs. You guys really don't want to use hard cuffs ever, unless someone's just being an absolute shitlord, then sure. But soft cuffs, they can move around and all that good stuff. If you need to uncuff them, you can go ahead and hit tilde, go ahead and hit arrest, and you can find the uncuff option right here. If we do want to go ahead and hard cuff them, I'll just show you what hard cuffing looks like. Hard cuffing looks basically the same, except that they cannot move at all. So this guy cannot move now, so Crackhead Dan is unfortunately going to need us to escort them, so you can escort just like that. You'll come on over. You want to always go to the passenger side door, because that's what seat they're going to get put in. We're going to go to arrest and say put in vehicle. Just like that. To get him out of the vehicle, we just go back to tilde, arrest, and we say take out of vehicle. Opens the door, he gets out, and we can start walking. Alright, so we're going to put him right there. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and I can search him. So if I just go ahead and I do /steal right here, opens up his inventory. I can see exactly what he has. I can take anything illegal off him. So for instance, I don't know, we'll take the seeds. All right, to put him in the jail cell, it's quite easy. Just come on in here, bring him in there. You guys will go to arrest, stop escorting him, and then of course go arrest, and you guys are going to go ahead and uncuff. Once you've done that, it's going to be fairly easy. You guys just go ahead and head on out. Again, you guys will have to make sure that you guys physically lock that door, and now he's in there. Of course, now what we need to do is we need to grab his name, and we're going to go ahead, and if I hit my F6, I can go to my citizen interaction, and I can go ahead and grab ID. His name is Seymour Smitherson, so we can go ahead and look up Seymour in our MDW. If I go ahead, profiles, and I look up S-E-Y-M-O-R-E, Seymour Smitherson is right here. He looks like he's a farmer. Looks like he is online. Looks like he has a couple cars, couple driver's licenses, all that good stuff. So yeah. So we can, of course, like I've showed you before, we're going to make an incident report. I'm not going to make another one on him. But now let's say that we need to go ahead and find him. So we will need to actually make an incident report on him. So we are going to go Seymour. We're going to go new. We're going to look up Seymour just for this purpose right here. Seymour Smitherson. Okay, so let's say that we're charging him for drug possession and burglary. So now we need to find him and jail him for 17 months. It's super easy, guys. It's not hard at all. So we're going to go ahead and save that. We're then going to go right here. We're going to hit our F7. You're going to go add invoice. You're going to say from the LSPD to Seymour Smitherson. Of course, that was a $8,000 fine. We're just going to go ahead and give him a $2,000 fine. We're going to say that he has about 2 days to pay that. And this is going to be fine from LSPD for burglary and arson. I don't know, just make it up. So create the invoice. All right, go ahead and pay your invoice. The really cool thing about this system, guys, is that you guys do not have to worry about them paying the invoice. It automatically pays it for them. So after 7 days of it not being paid, it will actually get paid itself. So if we actually watch this, and I come on over here, and I open up my F7, manage LSPD, we can actually look, and we can go in there, and we can see all invoices. So we can see that Seymour Smitherson actually has already paid his $2,000 fine. If we go show, it'll show us all the information that we need to know about it, and all that good stuff. Let's say he did not pay it. It would say that there's an unpaid invoice out there. It would show 1. It would show that he had unpaid invoice, and it would say that we're awaiting his earnings right there. It also shows us how much we've made in the society balance as of right now. Pretty in-depth system on the billing itself. Now all we need to do is we just need to jail him. So it's super simple. We're just going to go ahead and jail menu. We just say jail the closest person. We're going to be jailing him for, and see, that's the nice thing. You just go back to the MDW. You come here, Seymour Smitherson, 17 months. Okay. So we can just come back there. We need to jail him. 17 months, jail reason. And then just look up MD charges. You can then submit. And boom. He's now been jailed for 17 minutes. Alright, look guys, listen, I sat down with you guys. I showed you guys pretty much every single function I've ever created for our police job in Project Rogue. I'm not sure what more I could have put into this video. This video is already super long, so I'm going to wrap it up right here. But if this video did help you guys out, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out. Shout out to all of our cops at Project Rogue. Of course, if you did like anything that you saw in this video and you're intrigued, you guys can, of course, open the description below. You guys can join our Discord, and you guys can figure out how to connect to our FiveM Grand Theft Auto Roleplay server. Get down on the get down with the cops and robbers that are part of Project Rogue Roleplay. Until next time, guys, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you guys are in the world. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.